3 Stuart steam plants, boiler works, part 9. Before I can reassemble these boilers, I need to paint the cast iron supports, chimneys and the side panels. This is not as simple as it may seem. First I paint the parts using high temperature paint, then I repaint them a second time using HMG Paint's Satin Black C71. When the paint is dry, I fit the thermal insulation to the side panels. Why do I need to give these parts a second coat of paint? And here is the answer. I've rubbed these 2 parts down slightly, but the paint has a very grey colour and it just doesn't look good. It's not level enough. Here I'm rubbing down one of the chimneys that I painted with this high temperature black paint. In my opinion, this high temperature black paint is more of a primer. It rubs down very well, but it doesn't look good. Here I'm applying the top coat. The logic is that the heat-resistant paint that I put on first stops the top coat from being burnt off. This is how I paint the chimneys. First of all, I paint the bottom part. Then I place the chimney in an aerosol cap, which allows me to rotate it without having to touch the chimney itself. Then all I do is paint the rest. I paint a bit of the chimney, rotate the aerosol cap and paint another bit, and so on and so forth. And eventually the entire chimney is covered in this really nice paint, which is far less likely to run or sag like the high temperature paint does. I rotate the aerosol cap just over 360 degrees until I meet myself where I started. And once the chimney is painted, I move it out of the way, being very careful not to knock it over as I move it on the bench. As the first tin of satin black that I showed you had a big paint mark on it, here's another can, a different label but the same stuff. Here I'm painting 2 side panels from a 504 boiler. They're quite different in design to the 501s, and the first thing that is noticeable is that they are a bit bigger. This can is almost empty and the paint isn't applying quite as well as usual, but as it dries it will settle back. These 2 504 side panels are not part of the 3 Stuart steam plants project. It's for another 504 that I'm putting together for a customer. And here I'm painting the cast iron mountings for the same boiler. The job didn't take very long, and here's the usual shot of the paint drying. It's very shiny, but it will go much duller than this as it dries, because it's satin paint, not gloss. All the other parts for the project are in the inner part of the workshop, and I'm going to fit some of this stuff. It's thermal insulation. No, it's not asbestos. The asbestos that was originally fitted to these boilers is long gone. This is a ceramic material, and as you can see, you can fold it into the correct position to fit inside the side panels of the 501 boilers, and some larger pieces will be fitted inside the 501 side panels. Several times in various videos I've shown this, but doing it a different way to how you see it now. I used to use some special rat-proof chicken wire, but now I have a better and quicker method. I'm going to use some of this stuff. Red high temperature RTV 100% silicone gasket maker and sealant from JB Weld. You can actually use normal silicone sealant, but I think this one is possibly better because it will stand a higher temperature. You don't need to use a lot of this. I'm just using 6 spots for the 501 boilers, and I'll use 8 spots for the 504 because the side panels are bigger. It's quite important to make sure that the heat insulation is fitted correctly. It's very easy to cut, by the way. You just use a ruler as a straight edge and a sharp knife. I'll just mention once again, this is not asbestos, it is a ceramic material. And here on the second panel, which at some time has been painted internally, I'm applying the silicone rubber as 6 individual spots on the inside of the panel. I won't show the process for every panel. I'm sure by now you get the idea. It's really important that once this insulation is pressed into place on the silicone rubber, it does not move. I pre-bend it, press it into place, Then I use a collection of spring clamps to hold the insulation where I want it to be while the silicone rubber cures. This insulation is quite thick, but I've run out of it. And I still have the 504 panels to do. These are much bigger than 501 or 500 series boiler panels. And I only have one piece of the thick stuff left that I used as an experiment to see how good it was at not burning my hand when I used a blowtorch on it. I used this as a pattern to cut some more, but unfortunately the panels I now have are too thin. Simple solution, stick them together with some silicone rubber before using the same stuff to stick them to the panel. I'm not using a steel rule. I can actually see where I need to cut without one. To stick these two panels together though, it's a bit messy. I'm not using the spot method, I'm putting plenty on. Once this silicone rubber has cured, these two panels will become as one. Here I'm making the second pair. I stuck these together slightly differently because I get bored easily. I used 12 spots of silicone to hold the panels together. I think these should be fairly permanent. I'll have to cut some more and repeat this process for the other 504 boiler, but the paint is still wet, so I won't be doing that anytime soon. What I'm doing here is using a pair of scissors to cut the insulation because I left it a little bit on the long side. And with a bit of practice you can actually do this without marking the paint. And that concludes this episode. All of the heat insulation for the 3 Stuart boiler plant project is now in place on the side panels of the boilers. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists you can actually watch the videos back to back.